fight them all. Men, women, children, it doesn't matter. If you hit me, we're gonna fight.
This is Charles Bennett, also known as Crazy Horse. And what is he doing here? Is he just being silly? Does he even care? Is he disrespectful? Whatever it is, he's definitely putting on a show. Showmanship and trash talk have always been in the fight game, but there was a specific time in MMA when trash talking began to spread everywhere.
Tito always says I'm using my mouth to get my opportunities. The only person I know that made money using their mouth is his ex-wife.
I wish they would let me next door so I could spit in your face.
It's common to trash talk. More attention means more money.
Brazil, you're a dog! All you filthy animals suck!
Sell the damn fight, just fake it. I don't give up.
I realized that I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
You want me to spit on your face or punch
do it.
you? And enjoy it slowly.
Do it.
He's a little bit stupid without his mind, you know?
Your wife's a hoe, and you're a piece of father.
Are you still there?
But there's this one guy who completely refused to follow this trend. It's UFC 243. The arena is packed with 57,000 people in Melbourne, Australia. The champion, Robert Whittaker, will be facing a rising star who understands the art of entertainment. While this event is remarkable, what's truly magnificent is Robert's ruthless and unforgiving journey to this moment.
We started at the top. You're from Australia, but you were born in New Zealand. People like to bang you on this. Which one is it?
Australia, New Zealand. For over a century, both countries have been fierce rivals in sport. Born in New Zealand to a Maori mother and raised in Australia by his Aussie father, Robert proudly represents both nations.
I don't even know how they do it. They just like Rob's Kiwi or Rob's Australian, and no, I'm both. You know, I'm happy to call myself both. If you look at my passport, my nationality says Australian.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm definitely proud of my Maori roots, because I've always felt a connection and a very strong connection with my Maori side, because I can feel it. Like it's just something in me.
The Maori people are famous for their warrior spirit, showing strength and resilience throughout their history and culture.
Big bad dog!
Me and my brother lived with my father.
Which brother? No little Henry?
I have another brother called Stephen. He's 2 years younger than me. That's where we grew up as teenagers, as young boys in the housing commission, just getting up to mischief. And my dad did that solo. He put up with a lot of crap.
Were you a bad teenage kid?
I wouldn't say bad. I wasn't bad, but I was a pain in the ass. Like, I didn't make it easy.
Robert attended karate from the age of 7. After earning his black belt, he enrolled in Hapkido. That same gym later became an MMA gym under Henry Perez, and Robert immediately hooked on to it.
Henry gave me an opportunity to get in there. There was a spot open on one of the cards, XFC, I think it was the debut, and that was the beginning of my MMA career.
I always believed he would be a champion. From the first time I saw him competing.
Before I started making money from it, I just did it because I identified as a fighter. So I made that my identity, and I enjoyed doing it.
Robert then took part in the UFC's reality show The Ultimate Fighter, which featured UK fighters facing Australian fighters.
That's why I do it. I enjoy fighting. I enjoy hurting people. I enjoy the spoils of fighting. That's like a kid waiting for his birthday.
Richard Whittaker. Robert, my bad.
It's quite simple. The show is all about who's the best, and Robert came in on a mission.
I'm Robert Whittaker. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I'm a welterweight. This is our country, this is our territory, and they've come to invade us. Yeah, they're alright, but they're still the enemy. Don't make friends with the enemy. There are a lot of average people out there that do average jobs. I want stuff to be written about me. I want people to remember. I think Team UK came here
just thinking they'd walk all over us. To think you're going to walk on Aussie soil is just outrageous.
To fight for his country, to fight for Australia.
Rob is ready for the UFC. He's just knocked out 2 guys in spectacular fashion.
Fight back, Xavier, stop!
I'm expecting to destroy my opponent. I'm going to crush him at every angle.
As we get you ready for our welterweight final, Bradley Scott.
Guys, are you ready? You ready? Smash it up!
It's Robert Whittaker pouring it on late. What a fight!
The contract's a bonus, but the real joy was just defending my country and making everyone proud.
And just like that, the Reaper was amongst us.
Fighting out of Sydney, Australia, he is the Ultimate Fighter Smashes winner, Robert Whittaker!
Nasty uppercuts here by Whittaker. Colton's in trouble. The use of the distance shot here.
And it is all over!
That's it.
Robert Whittaker finishes Colton Smith!
The Reaper on that, that's your nickname, eh?
Yeah, that's the fight name I decided on, the Reaper. People know that I like finishing fights, I like ending people. I thought death was a good way of getting that out there.
Have we seen the best of Robert Whittaker just yet in the UFC?
This is the beginning.
Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman.
Let the fun begin.
2013 marked an enormous pivot in the middleweight division.
I'm not saying Anderson Silva's gonna lose, I'm just saying Weidman looks really good right now.
The long reigning champion Anderson Silva was finally dethroned. Not only did we have a new champion, but the division completely blew up.
Pray to the MMA gods Vitor Belfort does not enter that f***ing juice to the gills.
He was at a level with his testosterone that no human ever reaches. You don't get there. It's not real. So he was going into that cage red line.
The dogs were out and the leashes were gone. Everyone was hunting for the middleweight title.
I'm not challenging anyone, but of course I'm gonna get a winner. So whoever is next to get closer to a title shot, I'm ready.
I'm the #1 contender, and I'll prove it anytime I have to. I'm the best out here.
Do you believe your next fight in here will be for the middleweight championship?
I obviously would like to get the champ, but it's up to the UFC.
I want to fight for the belt. I know it's going to happen. That's what matters.
This was the era for the middleweights, where their division was the most lethal in the entire organization.
You mentioned that you used to cut so much weight to get to welterweight that you had trouble hearing. I found that pretty crazy. Tell us a little bit about that. How did you actually lose your hearing?
Court, the Crusher!
It's not so much that I go deaf, it's like
things just become muffled.
I want to go out there, lay it all out on the line, and hopefully there's a good knockout. We'll see.
Like it sounds like it's just an odd feeling.
Whittaker's in big trouble. Yes, and again he connects.
Were you a TriStar for both those fights?
Yes, I was, and that was kind of the starting point for me, where I was like, that was the start of my downward slope.
As for Robert, he suffered back-to-back losses. He was also struggling to make weight at 170 and faced challenges with his fight camp being all the way in Canada.
It was after the Stephen Thompson loss that I had a real hard sit down. I'm either going to fix things up and continue on this path and continue fighting and do more things, or I'm going to just not and just go downhill, do something else. Changed everything about me. I changed how I trained, I changed the people that surrounded me, I changed how much I was traveling, I changed how much time I wanted to actually spend with my family, how important my family was to me, and I changed almost who I was as a person.
So he goes back for one last time. This is it. And this time, it's where it all began. New Zealand.
My last fight at welterweight was one of the few times I thought about quitting the sport. Weeks out from the fight, I was so stressed out about the weight cut that I almost called up Joe at the time and said, I can't do this, like this is terrible. The weight cut, I did 7.5 kilos morning of.
Your winner by unanimous decision, Robert the Reaper Whittaker!
Yeah, that was the moment of truth that I either had to move up or quit the sport.
What do you want next, man?
I want everything. I want to just keep fighting, and I want to keep going forward. That's That's the momentum I'm trying to build here, and that's what's going to happen.
Moving up meant facing bigger fighters in a more dangerous division, and that's exactly what happened when he was matched with Clint Hester, who was bigger, stronger, and on a 7-fight win streak.
He said he wants to test my chin, you know, put it to the test, try and hit it, you know.
So Robert Whittaker is wearing the red. Watch out. Robert Whittaker.
Oh, wow!
Look at that power from
second round, John, here we go.
Whittaker's using a very nice vocabulary of strikes.
Back now. Oh, a beautiful uppercut.
They want to entertain Dan. Robert Hester's retreating, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, he goes down with a knee.
Whittaker's coming through with some heavy shots. That is it. Robert Whittaker. Man, two early knockdowns for Whittaker. Uppercuts, good shots.
Round is really the pivotal round. Oh, we got big shot. Final seconds of the fight.
I've never thought of, I've got to beat so to get to a title shot. You know, I don't even think of title shots. I think of the UFC put opponents in front of me. I'm going to fight them and I'm going to win. And you know, eventually when I beat everyone, I'll be the best. I'll get that belt, and that's the game plan.
I mean, you've been a part of big fights. Your career has been growing, but here, this headlining spot. Does it mean something special to you?
Derek Brunson, 3-time Division II All-American wrestler.
Derek Brunson! Yeah, 100%. You know, when I first entered the UFC scene, I said, you know what, one day I want to be, you know, the last fight. I want to be the headliner.
Saturday night, Derek Brunson. Break him down. What do you see? He's got a nice little winning streak as well. He seems to be improving as well. What do you think about him?
It's a big risk. This is prime Derek Brunson on a 5-fight win streak, with his last 4 wins all coming in the first round. He's an aggressive fighter with lots of momentum.
You know, he's going to come out aggressive. He's going to try and take my head off, but I'm going to be too fast. You know, I'm going to pick him apart, and I hit hard. People need to realize I do hit hard, and you know, I don't think he's going to like being hit. And I think he's going to quit.
Nobody stopped Uriah Hall. Nobody stopped the rest of the guys I fought. I'm coming out here stopping these guys. I think it's about time to give me that title shot. I'm next in line. Let's go.
That's a steely gaze, John, and I don't think I've ever seen him as focused as that before.
Dance to the target there.
Oh, good work from both guys. Brunson swarming.
He came out hard. Didn't expect him to come out that hard.
This is where Brunson's dangerous. He will continue to throw until you go down. He's rushing forwards. Big left side.
Whittaker has knocked out Derek Brunson in the first round.
You know, I think I've made the whole middleweight notice me a bit. The whole division. I think they understand that I'm for real and I'm here to stay.
So he beats the momentum guy, and now it's finally time to face a legend.
Jacare Souza has done it!
He hits like a truck, and he's got next to legendary jiu-jitsu. You know, thank God it's not a jiu-jitsu match.
You look fantastic tonight. You know I'm a big Mousasi fan. You know, he will probably fight again before getting a shot at the title.
The Reaper, Whittaker!
Left hand, no knees or front kicks in the middle. He's hurt. Head kick for Whittaker, follows it up with a straight right. Oh, Souza's in trouble here, and that is it. Robert Whittaker has done it.
I never really thought that I'd be a UFC champ until I had a sit down with my current head performance coach, Fabricio there.
Well, he is still by far the most popular mixed martial arts star in Canada.
He said, I expect you to be champion.
Who is next? What makes sense for you?
It's been 4 years since he last appeared in the octagon.
This thing owes me a fight, you know? We were supposed to fight all those weeks ago, and he's cool doing his own thing, but you owe me a fight, man.
GSP is ready to attempt a career, round 2.
If I come back, it's because I am. My trainer and my training partner are all convinced that I'm a better version than I was when I used to compete.
I think he's weak mentally. And this big comeback, he's a fraud. He's a fraud.
But things got complicated at middleweight.
I go into every fight with no regrets. Everyone has a breaking point. It's just whose threshold is higher. Chris Weidman, you think you're gonna break me? You gotta be joking.
During that time, the division's champion kept changing. We went from Chris Weidman to Luke Rockhold, who then faced his previous rival, Michael Bisping, on short notice.
That's how you put yourself out there. You believe it, and you achieve it.
Sounds like I know that I'm gonna knock him out.
You've ever read. Conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the f*** up.
Bisping knocked out Rockhold in a massive upset. However, Bisping then stalled the division by refusing to fight a top contender and chose to face his previous rival, the 13th ranked on the verge of retirement, Dan Henderson.
And still, the undisputed.
Well, let's talk about GSP and Michael Bisping. You said that ship had sailed, but with maybe Woodley not being the next one to fight GSP, we even had, or Bisping had GSP on his podcast saying, let's make this happen.
I'm absolutely 100% giving that fight to Michael Bisping.
I want to fight the fight that the fans want to see, but also the fight that elevate me the most.
You know, Bisping owed me a fight. If he's tied up or if he loses it or whatever, I want that belt. You know, wherever it goes, I want it.
So Rob won his biggest fight against a lethal top contender, which should have granted him a title fight. But the champ Michael Bisping was matched up against GSP, a star and a legend.
I'm not an easy target, and my journey is honorable.
This is the guy, the greatest of all time. Didn't want to face Anderson. Didn't want to face Anderson when he was the man, but he comes out of retirement to face me. Yeah, real good fighter.
My goal isn't to be champion, it's to be the best in the world that has ever lived.
Elite athletes, how many of them actually want to fight? Who's the most elite athlete in the UFC? In the UFC?
I think Yoel Romero. It's 6 weeks after this fight, I'll fight Yoel Romero. Correct, Dana?
Correct.
So, Yoel, sit on the stool, do whatever you want to do, your pants, whatever it may be. I'll be here.
I'm constantly working harder than anyone else, and I was born to be one of the best fighters in the world.
Yeah, but remember, Yoel Romero is a freak and so amazing because he came to MMA at what, 35?
And I feel to be the best in the world, you need to beat everyone. I'm just gonna play my way through everyone if I have to.
So the UFC offered Robert an interim title fight, but it came under one condition. He had to fight the boogeyman.
What I have to do, Agent Brody, is unthinkable.
Hey, Dana! Give me the f***ing boy! You need respect for these people! You need respect, Cuba! You need respect, Cuba! You need respect, Cuba!
More than the interim belt, I'm more excited to fight Yoel Romero. That dude's an absolute killer and I want his scalp, you know what I mean?
El punto exacto donde me di cuenta que quería ser luchador fue cuando tenía la edad de 14 años. A la edad de 14 años descubrí que yo quería ser realmente luchador y que tenía el talento para ser luchador.
Yoel Romero is an Olympic silver medalist and a world champion in freestyle wrestling who transitioned into MMA without having any actual striking training. In other words, the guy was a straight up human specimen.
Like his first fight, he didn't even train.
When I fight the guy, I make an uppercut like this. Look at it. But like this. Yeah,
like down, you started from the bottom.
Yeah. He didn't know what he was doing.
He came in the UFC after having a broken neck.
The doctor said to you, if you did something wrong, you could have been paralyzed, right?
Yeah. When I train in coconut cream, something do it too, and I feeling like a proc.
Wow.
But in this moment, I'm not feeling nothing, you know? Everybody coming fast, go to the doctor. The C4 is broken. I have a big neck.
Yes.
Yeah, and trapeze.
Yeah.
Big, very big.
Traps, yeah.
Yeah, trap, very big. And that's what I know die. Because the traps are hard.
Oh my God.
All
so if it happened to me, I'm dead.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wow, because you had all that muscle.
Yeah.
And he completely went through everybody. Let me be clear, You do not fight Yoel Romero. That is a train wreck of a fight, but when you want to be the best, you have to fight the best, regardless of who they are.
Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. I want you to fight hard, to fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Good luck to both of you.
The thing is, I hurt my knee weeks beforehand. Like I tore the MCL. For him to kick that like right at the beginning of the fight was just, bad luck.
Whittaker less than 3 months removed. Little slip there.
Very quick.
Ooh. Okay, he's stomping on your left leg, okay?
You're gonna have to work through it, Rob.
You either fight your heart out or you quit. And I'm anything but a quit.
So he's disguising it well, but there's something going on with his left leg.
You know what's happening with your left leg? You're gonna have to go through it. You understand me? Forget about it. Forget about it. Right now, think about the guy and punch him in the face.
Oh, he threw up that Cuban flag. Oh.
But then he was in round 2. Lands the kick to the body. Romero while Yoel.
Oh, with that left. Man, beautiful left hand.
I'm the best fighter in the world. Every time I step in that octagon, I display that.
Robert the Reaper Whittaker!
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Calexia.
But the fact that you're standing there with that belt on, like you're a champion, makes me sick. You should be ashamed of yourself. Here, take that, fight me for it. I'll see you soon, motherfucker.
Hey, can I keep that?
I heard that your name was Whittaker.
Yes. That's Espanol? Beautiful kids, man, beautiful kids.
Are you probably drunk like the last press conference?
I would have f***ed you up then, and I'll f*** you up now, little guy. So he wants to come out of retirement, step up a weight class, look like a hero. Georges St. Pierre, what's the word I'm looking for? He's weak. I think he's weak mentally. And this big comeback, he's a fraud. He's a fraud. But in the meantime, come and see me afterwards, pal. Boot to my face. Pause it.
I'm not planning on losing anytime
That's called
soon.
a little bitch where I come from. Boo this, motherfucker. This is how stupid you look with those f***ing head. You look like a f***ing idiot.
Man, I heard, fuck this, fuck that, damn you, my pussy, man. That's how you can say these nonsense.
You put your hands on a man, that means you got a f***ing problem. Just keep your f***ing hands to yourself, class. I will knock you f***ing out right now.
Hey, fuck off, man.
Hey, I'm telling you,
fuck off. You're the one that put your hand on me.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, fuck off,
keep
man.
Your fucking hands
You're the
to
one
yourself.
that took your hand on me.
Hey. A little bit of control, Mr.
I'm cool with everything. Come, we'll do a picture. How are you? How are you?
Are you going to maintain 185 pounds? Are you going to stay at 185 or are you going to continue fighting at welterweight?
Well, this is not really my real weight. You know, I did it for the challenge. And
You think there's a chance he vacates that belt and goes to 170? Or I mean, there's a lot of monsters in that division at 185.
That's not what I want to hear. I want to hear he's going to defend his 85-pound title. That's the deal we made when we made the deal. You looked at Bisping like he was a tune-up. You got your tune-up. Said, I'll tell you what. You want to come in and take this shot against Bisping, I'm cool with that. But you got to defend the title. To be the man, you got to beat the man. And when a man just goes away, listen, if a guy is, on a run and undefeated and wants to retire, that's one thing. The guy retires the belt. But it's another thing. Well, I'm going to drop this one and jump to 170 now.
Well, what happens if he comes and says, it's too big, they're too big, I can't do it, I don't want to do it?
I'm going to be super pissed. You're a fighter. Get in there and see who you can beat. You wanted to come back. Welcome back.
Thursday, December 7th, 2017, Georges St. Pierre has officially vacated
his UFC middleweight title after just 31 days of winning it. According to one of his coaches, John Danaher had incredible problems putting on weight, vomiting fits throughout that UFC 217 camp. Later on, after the fight, being diagnosed with colitis, and a timetable for his return is not known. So St. Pierre is not the champion. Who is the champion? Well, here's the rest of the news. Robert Whittaker, who was the interim champion after beating Yoel Romero at UFC 213 in July, he is now the official full champion, and he is going to face Luke Rockhold in Perth, Australia in the main event at UFC 221 in February.
Robert never fought Luke Rockhold. Instead, Yoel Romero stepped in on short notice to fight the former champion, but something was different this time with Yoel.
Man felt like cement. But I thought I could really take his movement and I'd force him to wrestle more, and it wasn't the case. He caught me on the first check, but then I kept kicking, and I don't know. The man felt like cement.
I don't see anyone else that's done what Romero has done. He's beaten the top 5, and especially after what Romero has done to Rockhold, what he did to the division, to be fair.
Do you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you because everyone wants to know, is he going to make weight this time? I mean, your whole life you made weight, right?
No.
Olympics, everything you made weight.
For 21 years.
But Yoel had previously missed weight when he faced Luke Rockhold, and now it happened again by 0.2 pounds. Regardless, the fight was still on.
Whatever Romero's rehydration plan was, I would like to get on that, because he looks massive from the skeleton I saw the day before and him missing, and it looked like he was going to die, to him hopping back in that octagon. It was like two different guys.
Que no importa lo que pase, tienes que seguir hacia adelante, porque con el afán de conseguir tu meta. Y aprendí mucho después de la pelea con Robert Whittaker, que cuando se está ganando, ve y destruye. No des chance, no des más.
And right away, Whittaker doing to Romero what Romero did to him, attacking that front leg with a side kick. Woo! But also depth perception. Once it's gone, it's hard to get your strikes going. Big high kick.
That's it right for Romero!
He is hurt.
Romero with punches and bunches here. Head kick to Whittaker now!
I hit him a lot, and he was able to just walk through those shots. Because when I was punching and kicking him, he felt like metal, like a dude made out of concrete. It was ridiculous. And I fought him a year ago, and he didn't feel like concrete.
He's good, he's skilled, but he is dog tough. He broke his hand. It was so clear he broke his hand. He was only using one hand, taking on Yoel Romero, taking on a straight-up killer. Never made a face, never made a grimace, never said anything in his corner, just went out there and dealt with it.
What is Robert Whittaker made of? Because it is not flesh and bone like us. For the winner by split decision, Robert
I'd like to get your thoughts, please, on what might be next for Robert Whittaker and who might be in line to fight him next.
This kid can't catch a break, injured with his knee, staph infection. Now he broke his hand, and he's so talented, and he's so tough, and he's so good, and he's our first champion from Australia, which is incredible. He's just had a real run of bad luck. We're going to have to wait and see how long it's going to take him to get healthy before we talk about what's next.
Talk about, going into this fight, you've been real pointing out what an active champion you are. I think kind of needling Robert Whittaker a little bit. I mean,
I'm jabbing him. Boom.
So I was going to say, is that a direct comment on him?
How many fights have you had in 3 years?
How many?
Exactly, if any. I've had 1 year with 5 fights. So, come on. Imagine when I'm champion, what I'm going to do in 3 years.
The thing is, it's like, I wish him all the best. I like Adesanya. I saw him in the lobby there. I think he's an exciting fighter.
How did that go? That was your first ever interaction with him, right?
Yeah.
We just asked him, have you met Rob? And he's like, never in my life.
Yeah, no, it was a little awkward, to be honest. no, it was good. It was good.
Who said hi first? What was the situation? Talk us through it.
I said hi.
Okay.
I shook his hand, went in for an awkward hug.
Robert was struggling to come back as he had to pull out facing Kelvin Gastelum on UFC 234 on the day of the fight.
You start to throw up, you start to feel very sick, stomach aches. Who convinces you to go to the hospital? And how'd you go to like, are you in so much pain that you had to call an ambulance?
You know, within the span of like 3-4 hours, they were like, nah, you need emergency surgery or you're gonna die.
Oh my God, they actually said that to you?
Yeah, because collapsed bowel is pretty serious.
But everybody saw him as an inactive champion. During that time, the UFC had a new middleweight interim champion, and that someone was Stylebender.
6 fights in and I'm the champ. Yeah, I can't say for him. He's fought twice in the last maybe 3 years. I've been busy. Look at him when he fought Romero. When they get to that fight, like I said, he keeps getting dropped. My ass never hit the ground once. When I got rocked, I came back like a champion. I dropped him like 4 or 5 times.
It was no choice on my own to drag it out that far. Trust me, I would have liked to have fought sooner.
How dare you show disrespect to the Reaper? What have you done? 10 rounds with young Romero, you were the last one.
And what? You don't need 10 rounds with a man. If you spend 10 rounds with one man, that's 5 rounds too long.
He's calling me like a fake New Zealander, a fake Australian. Like, wow, like they're pretty heavy comments.
And we've got 2 guys from this side of the world. We've got the rivalry between Aussies and Kiwis.
He could be using his spotlight to further other purposes. Like myself, whenever the spotlight is put onto me, I get to plug my educational programs. I'm bringing educational programs to New Zealand next year. A lot of people don't know this, but this is one of the things that I'm working on right now with my team.
Hey, how are you? How you doing? We're gonna hug? Yeah, let's hug. Let's hug.
Yeah, like honestly, I met the man that went through Murderer's Row, that beat Jacare and Romero just to get the title. I'm still a bit in awe, like I just don't know how to process this.
Been following him since long time, man. We can't choose, bro. We love them both ways.
My first impression was just his aura and energy around the man. He's very calm. Robert Whittaker is the main guy that got my boys into UFC.
I want you to fight hard. I need you to fight clean. When I tell you to stop, you stop.
One of my favorites, definitely one of my favorites. Yeah. Fangirling right now, so. Yeah.
Very close round, a big action.
Yeah, it's humbling when you get picked up and dumped on your head. You know, you realize, you know what? I'm not always going to be top dog, and I'm cool with that. She's only witnessed me as I am, which is normally on the winning side.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking forward to waiting to see her reaction when I cop a absolute terrible hiding. Everybody can beat anybody. And tonight it wasn't my night, but tomorrow might be.
All right, the next award winner is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. But there was talk earlier about what it means to be a gentleman, and he is the absolute definition of the word. In a time of trash talk and trying to be controversial, he is the exact opposite. Treats all of his opponents with respect. He's a family man. He works with inner city kids to get them off the streets, and the list goes on and on. I also love the fact that he lets his work inside the octagon speak for itself.
My old man drilled into me, don't be a sellout. If you have to sell out, don't do it. You know, don't be something you're not. I'd rather be myself as a bricklayer than someone else as a multi-millionaire. I don't bank on the results. I bank on the process.
All right.
You know, it's a journey thing.
And the process is the same whether you're champion or not.
Exactly. That's why there's no ups and downs. It's just consistency. Now, I love fighting, but you can't just fight for the love of fighting. You need to fight for something. Yeah, I feel that with my family. I want to provide for my family. I want to do that for them.
Like, when do you become a man? You become a man when you become responsible for other people. And part of that is taking accountability.
What does it mean to be a man?
It means everything to me. It's that motherfucker who people shouldn't understand. It's that guy that literally puts everything before himself. You're the foundation. You have to always make sure that you're doing for others before you do for yourself.
A man is supposed to take care of his family because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you.
My father instilled to me a lot of concepts about honor and integrity and being what happens on the field stays on the field. And I took that, at first I took it at face value, so just to make him happy. But from there I ended up, I have kids now, and I start to realize that it's more than that. It's about being someone you want your kids to see and to be proud of, and how you want to set an example to them forever. And you know, I really do appreciate this award, because it shows to me that my actions outside of the octagon are just as important as the actions that were in the octagon. So thank you very much for that.